Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Night Owl, and today I just wanted to go through a deck list of mine with the new Eustass Captain Kid from OP10. I've recently just been playing the heck out of this leader, and I'm actually loving it. I've been finding myself getting a lot of wins. I actually just won my first locals going 3-0 for the first time ever. This is like in any locals I've ever won, so I'm really proud of myself. Obviously, it's something that I'm sure everyone achieves these days, but for me, it's a really big accomplishment for me. So I thought maybe I can make a video about it. Obviously, some people might find this cringe. I'm not too sure. I generally was just really proud of myself. So I thought I might give you all a deck list if you guys want to give this guy a try or been wanting to try this guy out, because he's actually a really fun leader if you know what your lines are and what kind of play style, because this guy can play a lot of different ways. So we'll start off with the leader. 5k, 5 life, pretty simple. At the end of this turn, he can pretty much turn one of his life cards facing up, and then one of my supernova characters becomes a blocker. It doesn't need to be rested to go active. It can just be an active, like it could be Basil Hawkins. If this guy I played for the turn, I can make him a blocker, or it can be like Cavendish. It can be Zorro, it can be X-Drake, it can be Captain Kid, it can be any of these guys, as long as it's between 3 to 8. So basically my highest cost is the Captain's Kid, but we'll get onto that later. Really good. I'm loving it. I think it's really fun, kind of fun when you combo with the Basil Hawkins. So yeah, basically with this deck, I really just want to go aggressive trash. Basically, if everything goes correct going second, I can get 3 cards trashed out of their life, which is really strong. That's 3 cards that they're not seeing, and if they're at 4 life, that's putting them to 1. If that's red, yellow, not yet red, yellow, red, purple kid, not kid, red, purple, Luffy, that's all their life. Like it's just beautiful. So yeah, even if that 5, that brings it down to 2 life, it's really strong. So yeah, 2k Shirohoshi, 2 cost Shirohoshi, sorry. One of the best yellow blockers in my opinion. When this character is carried by effects, I gain life. So this is good going second, because you play this on your 2-don turn, in my opinion, and then you let them swing into your leader. Usually they will swing, most of the time 5, 6, 7k. If they're going first, they usually might swing 8. And I usually take that. I don't block. I keep this on the field as long as I can. So I let that first hit, which is really strong. This Shirohoshi has actually come in handy when they've actually trashed it, or not trashed it, they've actually KO'd by effects and I've gained a life, and then I can reuse my leader's ability. So it's really strong in that sense. So I do like this. Definitely a 4 staple, because you're playing a lot of blockers as well. So this is probably your only blocker that you're wanting out on your 2-don turn. If you don't see on your 2-don turn, you can play other cards. You can play like Scratchman or Poe or Luffy to search for your first turn, or just have another blocker. But like I said, we'll get onto that. I do play a bit of removal. Gidatsu, one of my favorite removalists. 5 cost, 6k body, really strong. On play, carry one of your opponent's characters with cost equal less to their life. I only mainly use this card if I'm on curve going first. If I don't see my Shirohoshis or my X-Drakes and my Zoros, I do play this card if they have like a 4k body on the field, or like a 5k body. Just something that's a bit of annoyance to me, and I don't have really much of a board state. I do want to get rid of it, so I'm still kind of playing that little bit of removal. But yeah, really strong, and I do use it as a counter as well. Yeah, really strong. Personally, one of my favorite cards in NL. I still love to play NL. I'm not stopping playing NL, but until EBO2 with the 10 cost NL comes out, this is the deck I'm probably going to be playing for a while. So next, one of our biggest bodies, 10 cost Ace, really strong. This is definitely good for late game. I've definitely used this card to win me a lot of games. They put me at 2 life or 1 life. I hit with all my other bodies, and then if they got no life left and they got like 3 cards, I definitely play this on field. If I got no more swings left, on play, you may add up to 1 card to the top of your deck to your life. then if I have 2 or more life cards, this character gains rush. Really simple, really strong. Even in circumstances where I already am at 2 life and I know I have game, I don't add the life, I just play it just so it gains rush, because you don't need to add the life. You don't need to add 1 more to your life, which is really good. So yeah, really strong body. I kind of wish he was a 12k body, only because there are a lot of good counters, being that, you know, Shanks can be a bit of a struggle, because 10 cost Shanks is a bit of a hard to swing into, because if they got one on the field, this becomes a 9k body, and then yeah, it's just sort of a nuisance. Blackbeard, definitely another tough matchup as well. What do you call it? If they can just block out of it, it's kind of annoying, but we kind of want them to block with their 12k body a bit earlier before playing this guy. So yeah, even then as well, in the circumstances where I need this guy to win, they most likely will have locked me out of it's on play, so I can't even get the rush. Or yeah, this guy is really good for other decks, but Blackbeard and Shanks are a little bit of a struggle sometimes. But yeah, still a really good card, definitely a 4 of. A lot of these cards are playing 4 of. There are obviously these cards here that you play 2 and 2, but majority of this deck is just 4 of. Nami, really strong removal. Basically on play, you may trash 1 card with trigger from your hand, KO one of your opponents with a cost of 5 or less. Then if your hand is 3 or less, draw 1 card. Super good removal, definitely needed for a 4, like as in playset of 4. I've seen myself, again, this is when like I'm on curve going first and I don't see my cards that I need. I have these two removals. These are good for like little bodies, because usually my opponent will be like a 4 or 3 life and they play like a 2 cost or like a 1 cost. These are really good just to remove them. And Nami is just really good to remove bigger bodies, usually like a 5, like if versing a mirror, it's good to remove their Kadatsus, their Zoros, their X-Drakes. So really strong. Even the trigger is just activate the on-play effect. So basically, if you do get this from life, it is also good to use. And there are circumstances where I've used my leader effect and this has come up as the card that's been flipped over. So that forces my opponent to either know, hey, I have to swing with one of my characters first, because if I swing with my leader first, I will take the life and then remove their characters. So they have to like really like strategize their next play, which is really good. I love it. Next, Nico Robin, one of my favorite cards in this deck, because it's definitely they don't see it. 6k body on play. If your opponent has 3 or more life cards, trash up to one of the top cards. Beautiful card. You guys will, I'll explain more of the tempo that I like to do, but this is really good on my 6th on turn, because I will swing a lead with my 5k body and they usually counter. The thing is, I want them to counter out of it, so they might give me a 1 or 2k, and then I know, okay, well they just gave me a 1 or 2k, so now I can safely trash one their life and make them go to a lower hand, and then I will usually pass a turn. It's really strong, love it. Definitely a 4 in this deck, and its trigger is actually really good too, because there are circumstances where I have Shirahoshi in hand and this is faced up on my life, and I know if like I know I need like another body or another block on the field to like live for another turn. So what I do, I usually take this and then I usually use this trigger to play a Shirahoshi, and then now it becomes I just played a 2 cost blocker for free. Really good, love it. Cavendish, 2 of, basic vanilla AK body. This is just in case I don't see the Nico Robin play, or I don't see my Gadatsus or Namis, or in a horrible circumstances I don't see any of my other bodies and I just have these Cavendish. It's just good to have these out. Good, nice AK body, turns into a blocker, AK blocker, really strong. Yeah, really good, 1k counter as well. Next is Scratch Metal Pro. This is going on first. So this is also good to play on my 3-don turn if I don't see a Shirahoshi. So usually on my 3-don turn, if I have like a Luffy, I can go searching, and then I might swing a lead, and then I play a pro. Basically, a pro pretty much works is if I have another Supernova character on the field, it becomes a blocker. So I need to have like, that's why I usually play a Luffy first and then a pro, just so I have a nice free blocker in case I don't see a hand, or I have a good hand, I don't want to use any counters yet, so I can just use a free blocker. That's why I only play 2 of it. Next, one of my aces, I think, in this deck is Basil Hawkins. On KO, trash 1 card, top of your opponent's life cards. Crazy on KO effect. Also really good trigger effect too. It comes in really handy late game if I do need it. So basically the plan is on my, this is why I like to go second. So how I like to go is basically go 2 Don, play Shuhoshi, and then on their 3 Don turn, I take the hit. And then when I'm at my 4 Don turn, I swing with lead, play this, flip my life over, and then they're forced to either get rid of this guy somehow, but if they do, they trash a life. If they swing a lead, I immediately block with this, and then they trash a life to bring them down to 3, or sometimes 4 if they block out the first hit. And yeah, it just gets that tempo going. It just really does get them, you know, to force their hand out or force them to use cards to remove just 1 card, and then I have a blocker and I can play out on my 6 Don turn a Nico Robin. So usually it goes 2 Don, 4 Don, and then 6 Don. In a perfect world, I can get 1, 2, 3 life out of the hand. Two trash, 1 to hand, but in a perfect world, I'll go to Captain Kid, but it'll be 3 cards trashed. But I'll explain that more in a sec. Luffy, really good searcher, especially on your 1 Don turn. Can search out pretty much my whole deck except for like Nami's, Aces, Gadatsus. It doesn't search out events, so yeah, pretty much searches my whole deck, which is good. I'm always finding something that I need, which is really good. Definitely need to play 4. I've also, I don't know if you noticed, but my only 2k counter is X-Drake, because this deck likes just to play a lot of blockers out, so I don't really need to worry about 2ks, but it does become a concern when I don't utilize my blockers properly. So yeah. Next, one of my biggest aces as well, Eustass Kid. It's just an amazing SR, I reckon. On play, you may rest this character, trash 1 card from the top of your opponent's life. It's that simple, just trash. So this guy paired with Basil Hawkins and Nico Robin is absolutely crazy. So I'll explain it again, but basically perfect world, 2 Don turn, play Shuhoshi. Next turn, take life. 4 Don turn, play Basil Hawkins, make into a blocker. Their 5 Don turn, opponent's 5 Don turn, they swing, I immediately block, they trash a life. They may do something else, or they may have another swing. I might block it out if I can. If I can counter out of it, I counter out of it, but if I have to use my blocker, I use it. 6 Don turn, I play Nico Robin to trash their life, swing with lead, makes them use their they either have to give me counters out of hand, or they have to take another life, making them go to lethal stage, which is what I want. Because then on my 8 Don turn, I play Kid, rest him, immediately use my leader's effect to make this a 9k body, and then on my 10 Don turn, if I have enough bodies out, I can play Ace to win me the game. It's that simple. In a perfect world, it is that simple, and usually the time it can be, but you need to know your matches. 3 cost Zoro, really strong card, especially when I'm taking life. This guy becomes a really good ace as well, because this guy can just swing big early, like late game as well. This card's actually won me a lot of games because they don't expect it. So that's why I'm not too worried about taking life, because I have ways of replenishing it and adding it back with Shuhoshi, Ace, Law. So it's really good. Basically, if your total life is fewer than your opponent's, this character can rush. Pretty simple, really strong. Its triggers also really strong as well. I can trash a card from hand, and then if my leader's supernova, I can play this card for free. Really strong too. This guy can become a nuisance if they swing into life and they know that this is like flipped over. They know this is coming out. It means that they have to deal with that body there and then, or it means that I have 2 5k bodies on the field. Really strong. X-Drake, one of my tech cards for Teach and just any 4-cost characters that are annoying on the field. Activate main, you may rest this character. If the number of life cards is equal to the opponent's or less, I can rest one of their 4-cost characters, which is really strong. Teach, we obviously know this is for Jesus Burgess. If I can do this on my, I think I usually do it on my like 7 Don turn, play this for 3, have 4 Don left, and then if I have like a 6k body and a 5, I try to like diminish the swings. If not, I just attach all Don to my leader and swing like 8 into like a 7k Jesus Burgess, and then have the force me to give me a 2k blocker, or sorry, not 2k blocker, a 2k counter. And this guy can also be turned into a blocker as well. So this is also good when the teachers know, hey, this guy can be turned back into an active, so he can't swing into it, so he has to use cards to remove it. So, and it's a 2k counter too, really strong. I tend to put this card back into life with Law because it is a 2k counter, and if I don't really have anything else to put in there, this would be my first option, because I know, hey, I can get a 2k and a free life in a way. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah. We're getting almost there to the end, but our secret rare for the deck is Trafalgar Law. Really strong secret rare. I've actually found this guy really useful than I thought. At first, when I read him, I'm like, I don't really understand this leader, this character. But now that I actually see it, it's got a really strong ability. On play, reveal Supernova type character from my hand. And then I add it to my life, face down. Then in my leader Supernova characters, which is obviously Kid is, I can give one of my rested Don to it. So making this to a 6k. 10 Don turn, if I don't have my aces, this guy is really helpful as well, because I can play this for 7. And then essentially I can give my leader 4 Don, making him a 9k swing. And then I can turn this into a 9k body blocker, which is really strong. This can be used as trash fodder as well for this Basil Hawkins late game, because obviously it's got no use for me, but it's really strong as well because like I can play Kid, make him to make him to a blocker, and if they can't remove Kid or I don't block and he stays on the field, I can get another 9k body on the field, and then I can safely swing with Kid, knowing that I can turn him back into a blocker and have 2 9k bodies for next turn, and then rinse and repeat. If they can't remove these 9k bodies, and then I have like 2 Kids, a Law, and then I can play an ace, it's game over. The opponent can't get out of it. It's just too strong. Lastly but not least, our only 2 event cards. 4 cost Damned Punk. Amazing card. I think I want to play 4, but I don't know what to take out because I think this deck just works how it works, but like I wish I could play 4 of this. Main, look at the top, look at 1 card from the top of you, like myself or my opponent's life. And then I can either choose to put it at the bottom or top, and then I can KO a 5 cost or less. That is absolutely crazy strong. So this is really good if my opponent knows that I can't activate my leader's effect because I didn't take life, because they might not swing when like this is on the field, right? And what happens is like they go, okay, now he can't turn his Basil Hawkins into a blocker, meaning that they can't trash life. Well, no, I play this for 4. I look at my top life, which I already know is a Gadatsu, put it straight at the bottom. Now my top life is a face down card, meaning that I can activate this again, which is so strong, and I get to pop something for free. It's crazy strong. This is also good to have a read of your opponent's life as well. If you know you're versing like a mirror match and you know that they've got, say, this card, you can definitely put this, you might want to put this at the bottom because this serves pretty much nothing late game, as in like from life. Like if it's like, so this is a scenario, right? You play this at your 8-10 Don turn, right? Your opponent's at 9, you're at 10. You play this, you see this at the top life, you go, okay, they got 2 life left. You know there's something else and this. That means that they've got potentially maybe a 2k or 1k counter, and you've got pretty much a dead card. So you put this at the bottom so you know that they've got nothing left, and then you pop something else for free. It's just crazy. I love it. I think it's a really strong event card. I really want to play 4. But that's our deck list. We only run 2 events, 4 2Ks, and 6 blockers. But pretty much everything in this deck except for this row here, and obviously my 1 and So Luffy, Gadatsu, Ace, Nami, Nico, Robin can't not be turned into blockers because they're not supernova, and Ace is obviously a 10 cost and Luffy is a 1 cost, but pretty much everything else can turn into a blocker, which is absolutely crazy. Potential we have over, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22, 24, 26, is that right? Yeah, we have 26 blockers essentially. So our main objective with this deck is to swing hard and turn everything into blockers and trash life as quickly as possible. We don't want our opponent to be able to react enough. So yeah, I think that's my deck list there. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I've won my first locals and I'm pretty proud of myself. I think I played my combos right and all that. I hope I can win more, but I thought I might make a video about it. So I did hope you guys enjoy. Please smash that like button if you did, and if you want me to, make a video with this deck on the actual simulator where I play some games, let me know. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.